At the end of the run, Maura flipped over her hands out the scything tunnel entrance, landing in a crouch on the engineering yard floor. Not a necessary maneuver, but sometimes she'd just like to impress the other rats. Maura squinted up. The steady, bright light in the bay was almost blinding after the dim blue flickering in the tunnel.
"Check in,"
barked the foreman, wrenching her upright by her ear. He wasn't impressed by her stylish exit. Maura winced.
Hey, that ear's still attached. 445, sir.
"Way out!"
He threw her head towards the wait station. He was a big man, and while Maura was getting tall, she was not yet half his size in pure mass. His throw gave her a good start motion-wise and wrenched her neck as a kindly afterthought. She dashed over, all her limbs loose and comfortable now that she hadn't blades to worry about. She unwound the murmel from her neck. The furry blue creature's stomach was distended, full of crud. She cradled him against her chest. He reached one long, fuzzy arm up and pawed at her cheek affectionately.
Stop flirting, you.
She pushed his paw away. She wanted to scratch the head of the silly roly-poly beastie, but it wouldn't do to be thought soft-hearted. Everyone was looking, and all the other rats wanted to know what her run was worth. She plonked the murmel onto the weight scale. Black numbers scrolled across its readout. Foreman ambled over and noted the weight on his scan pad.
16 pips more than last time, 445. But your time was off by 13 ticks. Still faster than any other rat this shift by...
He paused and checked the pad.
2 ticks. And heavier by 3 pips. Never mess with your pay rate, do you?
Maura didn't answer, busying herself about the scale. She fussed over the murmel and tried not to grin in pride. Foreman grabbed her arm and yanked her towards him. His breath smelled of stale protein packs and caffeine tabs.
Someone will cut you down to size one spin, girl. You're getting sloppy.
Did he hear the knee down?
Maura tried not to cringe. Foreman didn't like it when they flinched. Curled comfortably on the weighing scale, her murmel lifted his blue head and belched. The acrid smell of partially digested crud wafted up. Maura huffed air out through her nostrils and the foreman backed away. Processed crud was toxic. The murmel twitched his whiskers at them both. Foreman continued.
That's poor numbers for you, 445. Very poor indeed.
Sir!
Maura gasped. She was truly hurt by such a comment. She'd sooner take a blow than a mocking of her run. She was prideful of her work.
It's not like I got aught else to do, well?
She bit her lip to keep from talking back.
He'll seize any chance to obedience me rough or pull my license just because.
The murmel squeaked, a soft sound from the blue beastie. Everyone standing around watching hopped too. Quiet sounds from murmels meant important business. They meant something might really be wrong. The foreman let Maura go so she could look to the creature. No one else could touch him without losing a digit or more. Murmels didn't take kindly to handling by any but their chosen runner. She lifted the little animal and went to place him with his brethren. His squeak had obviously been meant to get her away from Foreman and wasn't a noise of real distress. She scratched him under the chin in thanks.
Losing your step or your speed, Maura?
Asked one of the other rats smugly.
Shut your face, Gur.
Reese elbowed the boy in the side. Maura nodded to Reese without comment. Half her size and 2/3 her age, Reese liked to play the noble gallant.
Who am I to clog his fun?
Reese made a little bow. He fancied himself some long-lost lordling fated to sit parliament.
I come from progenitor stock,
he always said, though he didn't look to have a single tinker trait.
Leastways, not any visible ones.
Nevertheless, he'd opted Maura as the victim of his court flattery, using her to train himself up in proper etiquette. He said it was for...
when they find me and take me back.
All Cyphers lived with that hope at first.
The sum total of pinky wishes.
3 turns in, his hair gone to blue, his skin no longer quite pink, and Reese still wouldn't space that fantasy. Maura dropped her murmel to the floor. The little creature muttered reproachfully. It could be he was greedy for more crud, or could be he wanted to stay with her. Then again, could be he was just grumpy. One never could tell with murmels. She pushed him gently away with one bare foot.
Settle,
she said, giving him the home command. He skittered off to a nearby air duct. Inside, the other tame murmels eyed him suspiciously, pretending they didn't remember who he was. 1 or 2 sashayed over, blue tails lashing threateningly.